So this quick video is going to be talking about it's going to be a video on basically why temperature lag exists and what its implications are. I know it's a quick video. I can't really promise how quick it is. Right now it's 5:08 p.m. Now the sky right now looks to be very light out, and I think when I measured the angle of insolation, I figured out the compass direction. Such an idiot to not actually look for the angle of insolation, but the sun is right there. I think if you can kind of measure it, but I didn't show you the entire view of the sky, so you may find it's actually. I'm getting increasingly more tempted to just look it up, but I'm gonna estimate that it's about 10 degrees and going to resist, because if I open up another tab, it's not going to save my video, which would be really sad because I have to restart. So without that kind of knowledge, let's go on. So the thing is that there's a point of the year where it's almost completely pitch dark at 5:08, and this is probably because of DST, and I actually am going to make a video on the implications of DST. Sorry about that, motorcyclists are very annoying. I know, I condemn them too sometimes. Motorcycling is dangerous because if you think about it, cars are the most dangerous form of transportation if you think about it, but motorcyclists are 6 times worse than cars. So, anyway, the thing is that, is that the sun has a lot further south to go. You'd be surprised, we're in a warm part of the year now. It is a fluke that we're having lows in the upper 50s and highs in the lower 70s. On average, you should have a high this time of year of about 65 degrees and a low of about 49 degrees, which is actually warmer than the average in my location, which is quite a bit lower than that. Not sure of exactly what it is. I know it's slightly lower than October's average, which has an average high of 64 and a low of 48. I think 63 to 47 or 62 to 46 could be accurate, which again would mean that we're still barely in the warmer portion of the year. Temperatures won't return to this level until late April. Although you do have flukes, because like there was a day in November where you had a low of 46 the night before, a low of 45 the day before, and then it got to 77, and the next day it got straight back down to the 40s. You had a day in March where you had a low of 50 the morning before, and a heat bust, which probably was the case in that November day too, boosted the temperature up to 82 degrees, and then the night came and the bust ended, and temperatures fell right back down to 49 degrees. So, yeah. So, I'm not totally saying it's completely out of the question. I mean, that temperatures won't return to this level before then. It actually probably will happen, possibly even before the winter starts, though there are limits to how warm it can get during the winter, because you might think tropical air could slide up here. Yeah, problem is you're battling two things: an increasingly lower angle of insolation, which can get as low as 25.7 degrees, and though you'll be surprised because the coldest point in the year actually occurs when you have more insolation, which I guess isn't that surprising with temperature lag. And more importantly, yeah, the tropics aren't that warm either. Dubai, we're just known for scorching even in this time of the year. Averages lows of 54 and highs of 70 during this time of year, meaning that if you're hoping that a bus from Dubai could affect you, first of all, it wouldn't survive that far, and second of all, it wouldn't be able to affect you because even Dubai isn't that warm. Now, I do definitely think that outside of Dubai, like Florida, might be able to help you, but again, Florida is similar to Dubai in the winter. In the summer, Dubai is a lot worse, but as far as winter goes, Florida and Dubai are quite similar. So it's not that warm in Florida either, because keep in mind the angle insolation at the Tropic of Cancer, which is the northernmost point to receive full insolation, only gets about 43 degrees of insolation on the winter solstice, which is actually just a smidgen more than what we got here in the New York metro area today. I'm not saying my location, even though you might actually already know it from earlier videos, but my latitude is just south of 41 degrees north. So if you think about it, and you think that about how far the sun is at 7.75 degrees, and you look at it carefully, then it's like, yeah, you're almost 49 degrees away from where the sun is hitting directly. So yeah, you're gonna have about 41 degrees of insolation. Actually, one of my favorite days of the year is coming up, and after this point it'll repeat itself again in February, where your latitude and your angle insolation are the same. It happened in February. It's gonna wind up happening again in just a few days. So anyway, moving on. So yeah, so there's a few points that I find striking. So you have just over 49 degrees of light on 2 specific days, the equinoxes. So you know about temperature lag, but surely you wouldn't think they're as far apart as they are in reality, but they are, because October is a rapidly cooling month and April is a rapidly warming month. As such, it is about 25 degrees warmer on the fall equinox than on the spring equinox, which, if you think about yearly variations, you'll know that a yearly variation is only about 40 degrees. The average high on the warmest day of the year is 82, and the average low is 30. High on the coldest day is 39. As for lows on the warmest day of the year, it's 67, and it's 26 on the coldest day of the year. So again, it's just a little more than 40 degrees. So over 60% of that is occurring when the sunlight is just the same, because of how rapidly the temperature goes. I'll have to go this way. Of how temperatures, rapidly the temperatures wind up actually going up and down. So because of temperature lag, so on the spring equinox, you have an average high of 49 and an average low of 33. I know where I was, it was raining, so you actually had the high capped off in the lower 40s, and the low was about average-ish. So that was annoying. But from there on, you really begin to see is that this is not gonna be a quick video. I mean, look at the time. It's already 5:16. So yeah. So what you're gonna begin to see is that, on the fall equinox, you only have a high of 72 and an average low of 56. And this year, quite similar to those conditions. Maybe I think it might have been a little bit warmer at night, but not by that much. So again, angle of insolation coming down, you're at 49 degrees. Now, what you'll find a bit striking is that on the summer solstice, you have an average high of 79 and an average low of 63. Yeah. So on the warmest day of the year, it's 82 and 67 here. So that means, though, that that's not when the sun is at its strongest, which gets it to 72.7 degrees. In fact, it occurs when the sun, angle of insolation starts at about 71, so I guess not that far off. But by the time it ends, the angle of insolation has weakened significantly to 61 degrees. And the equinox on both days is just over 49. Meanwhile, on the coldest day of the year, your insolation, I think your temperatures average with a, I think high of 43, low of 30, and on cold day it's 39, 26. Starting again when your angle of insolation is only about 27 degrees, but ending when it's a much more powerful, about 34 to 35 degrees, which is quite significantly stronger. So I didn't want to go too laborious into it because it would kind of be boring, and I know I did anyway. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe. If you're watching, I think a lot of you are subscribed because of how many people watch my videos. But if you're not and you're watching this video, please subscribe. I need it.